これがレクイエム。
What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Show back with another video, and today I got more of a discussion video for you guys today. It's something like my New Year's special where I talked about DreamSequel and I named like 4 Naruto games. Oh wait, okay, I can't even think right now. 4 Dragon Ball Z games where I talked about whether they would actually make money if they came out with like Tenkaichi 4 and just all the different types of sequel games. So today I am pretty much discussing, and I don't know if I'm gonna make this a series because it's just having a discussion. Today I'm going to be discussing Dragon Ball Z games, but more in a different light. I'm going to talk about one game. Like if I got to choose, and they came to me and they said, "What game out of the Dragon Ball franchise would you have remastered?" And this is not like a remake or a sequel. Just like a game from the line of games where it's like, oh, I would definitely want this one to be remastered because it looks beautiful. If it's remastered and it's gonna have good gameplay or whatever. Today we're just talking about in general, going back on some old Dragon Ball Z games and just seeing what we liked about them, and whether we would choose that to be remastered. If we had to make the one choice for one game to be remastered, what game would that be? So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump right in. So first thing I'm gonna start with is some of the newer titles, and that's going to be like Xenoverse. Now, I don't want this actually remastered because, I mean, you can't really remaster into nothing because it's already a next-gen game. But I just wanted to go ahead and talk about Fighter Z and, Xenoverse to go ahead and get those out the way. I think, for me personally, I want to try to avoid something that's similar to Xenoverse because we already have the best iteration that we could ever hope for in Xenoverse. And we definitely want to try to stick away from, like, direct fighters, because Dragon Ball Z Fighter ain't no really old fighting game for Dragon Ball Z is going to be better than Fighter. So we're gonna try to pick something a little bit unique and hope it can kind of even out. That's why I chose to talk about them first, because I want to talk about them first so I can basically let you guys know I'm not really trying to look for in the same vein. We already have the ultimate Dragon Ball Z fighting games, so if I choose a fighting game, it's got to be a game that I feel like is not the best at fighting but all overall mechanics. And as far as Xenoverse, we don't want to talk about like any game that might be similar to Xenoverse, but it kind of cuts out a lot of our bigger games. So with that being said, let's go ahead and continue. Now, the first candidate I'm going to talk about is obviously Budokai 2. Now, Budokai 2 is like your side-scrolling game. I mean, it's not your cel-shaded, Fighter Z. So I wouldn't really I'm not putting it on the strength of this list to be a just because it's a decent fighter. I'm mainly choosing Budokai 3 because Budokai 3 had like the most characters. I felt like Budokai 3 was more innovative than a lot of the other different ones. If I had to choose which one was the most innovative out of all Dragon Ball Z games, I would say Budokai 2, because Budokai 2 has the amazing board game that we all know and love. Don't put hate comments in the comments, what I'm saying. But I mean, with that being said, I do think that Budokai 3 has like the total package. It has most characters, it keeps that similar format, but it also improves on it. And I feel like in general, it's a good candidate for remastered. But we ran into a roadblock, right? Because if you're watching this video now and you're just like, oh, I'm about to kill this man in the comments. Yes, guys, I know Budokai 1 and 3 have already been remastered, which is why we in this candidate, we're gonna choose Budokai 2. Because simply Budokai 1 and 3 has already been remastered in the HD collection on PS3. I already know that, don't get me wrong. I just want to talk about why I would choose Budokai 3, and it's already been done. So we're going to go with Budokai 2. Even though Budokai 2 isn't the best, it's also kind of decent. And, I feel like it was sort of innovative with the whole board game type thing. I would love to see a Dragon Ball Z game come out with more of a board game feel. That would be pretty interesting. So next is going to be Super Dragon Ball. Super Dragon Ball is like that one game that you might have played with your friends, but you kind of played it like a couple times and forgot about it. Honestly, it's a very forgettable game. It's honestly hard to describe, but I probably won't choose this to be in the finals, considering that it's honestly not the greatest game. But it is a game that's kind of unique and it's different enough. A lot of people don't know about it. A lot of people haven't played it. So remastering it will be like a whole new game for people. But it's really no point in remastering it if we already have a amazing fighter known as Fighter Z. But I mean, it is a different fighting style, so I can kind of get away with that a little bit. So with that being said, we're gonna move on to our next semi-finalist, and that is going to be Tenkaichi. Now, the real question is whether we're going to do Tenkaichi 2 or Tenkaichi 3. Now, Tenkaichi 3 is probably going to have to be the one that actually has to be remastered, considering it was the latest one. But Tenkaichi 2 itself is such a phenomenal game. Like, I feel like I love everything in Tenkaichi 2. Tenkaichi 2 only loses in characters. That's the only thing that game loses to when it comes to 3. I feel like Tenkaichi 2 was a way better project overall, and it was just a way better game. So I'm gonna choose Tenkaichi 2. Even though it's problematic, because normally when you remaster a game, you want to remaster the first one or the last one in the series. You never want to remaster the middle version. So yeah, we'll see when that comes to that. So the next game is Legacy of Goku. So Legacy of Goku is basically, in my own words, I would technically say not only has it been remastered, it's been really remade with the whole Kakarot thing. I think Kakarot is a basic reincarnation of the Legacy of Goku series. I gotta say, I just feel like I would love to see the original format come back. Maybe nothing that as fancy as Kakarot, because I feel like even though Kakarot was so big and open world, it kind of felt empty at times. So I really didn't care too much about it. But if we're talking about just like something similar but on Switch, maybe dialed down, maybe just remaster, really, because we're not talking about a remake. So just remaster Legacy of Goku, bring it on Switch or something. That would be pretty interesting to play. I really love the Legacy of Goku franchise. I really love everything about it. And now last but not least is drumroll. It's gonna be Dragon Ball Z Card Warriors. I really struggle with putting this on the list, just mainly because it's not the greatest game, but as far as the game could go, I really love card games, especially like the old card games. I feel like I can go back and play them now. Just the Dragon Ball Z games that had cards and stuff. And I feel like I can go back and play it now. It's so interesting because once you learn how to play a card game, you get a lot of infinite fun just by going through and beating all the computer opponents and stuff. It just becomes really fun. I really love the game. They do actually have something similar, but it's more of an add-on to Kakarot than anything. So I would love to see that maybe get a shot again remastered. I'm going to leave this video right here. Now, if you made it to this far, kudos to you, because I probably would have clicked out this video a long time ago. So I really do appreciate it. You guys giving me another shot, and continuing this video, because I would have been gone. So with that being said, guys, let me know down in the comments below if you even get this far, which game you think should get a remaster. And I'll see you guys next video.